What is going on, friends? And thank you for joining us with our interview with Jimi Manuwa before his huge fight this Saturday, July 29th, 2017. It's UFC 214. You catch it live on pay-per-view, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be one hell of a night. Before we get to our interview with Jimi, here's a quick message.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Farrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
Thank you for keeping it tuned in with us, guys. Here is our interview with Jimi Manuwa. Enjoy. You have this huge fight coming up this Saturday, man. How you feeling after camp?
No, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great, ready to go. And it's been a hard, tough camp. I haven't had any rest since my last fight, and I can't wait to let it all out in the octagon.
How important is it to keep your emotion in check, to keep the physicality in check, just to kind of the cerebralness of a camp with so much intensity going into such a big fight? As your career has gone on, how important has that been to really hone in on that skill of a training camp?
You know, it's a very good question, and that is a skill that gets overlooked. You know, not a lot of people look into that, and that's actually very hard. And you've got to have a good team who understands the training, not just trainers trying to push you at every session. Your trainers have got to have, you know what, have an easy week this week. You're looking tired, you're looking not well, and not up to it, and everything. Have a day off and everything. So we've got to really. That's a great skill to have, to not getting burnt out and that.
Now, and then with that in mind, as your career has gone on, because you entered the sport, I mean, I think your story is inspiring, phenomenal. Coming into the sport at 28 years old, how important has it been to evolve and take in a lot of good advice from people who have been doing a longer in the sense of, seeing the sport grow? How important has it been to also accept the help with all the raw, natural, beast-like talent that you had going into it already?
I think it was good because I was a mature person, so I didn't have any ego and everything. I was open to learning all the time and stuff and everything. Even now, there's no ego in training, and I learn off of everybody. You know, it's just a matter of soaking it up and just opening your mind and stuff.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Farrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
you're in one of the hardest divisions in all of the UFC. You're coming in and you came in at a later age. I'm not even gonna say like that's a hindrance or anything, but the fact that you climbed the ranks so fast, the fact that people are looking at you as one of the most explosive and fun athletes in the sport, have you had time to really enjoy the success? Because one of the things that I've enjoyed watching your career is how hungry you are, that you just don't want to be an attraction, but you want to be the attraction. You want to be the man. Do you get a chance for you and your team to enjoy it? Do you get a chance to enjoy it, though?
Do you know what? Looking back, I don't think I have stopped and tried to enjoy what I've done and stuff like that, because like you said, I'm so hungry to being the number one person. I'm not called a poster boy for no reason, and I want to be the poster boy. I want to be the number one guy. And I think every card I fight on, I want to be the main event, and I'm used to that stuff. And my fighting speaks for itself. I should be the main event. Every fight I go on is an exciting fight. It always ends, 94% of the time it ends up in a knockout, and that. So that's something I pride my fighting on, and that. But I haven't really stopped to look back on the road that I've done. And I think I look at my highlights and stuff like that, and you know, I feel good in that. But I'm still not number one. I do want to be number one.
So then when a big fight like this and you're in the card, I mean, I don't think it's coincidence that you have DC and Jones in the main event, and then you're right there in the same card. And if you I'm not the biggest expert, but everybody kind of feels it. A performance this Saturday, and you're right there come the end of this year, most likely. How do you go into the fight and the camp with that kind of I think it's pretty cool, but I'm not the guy going on into the cage. Does that ever play a factor into it?
No, not really, because everyone now on my Instagram's like, oh yeah, title shot next, but I'm like, no, it's Volken next. You know, it's Volken next. I'm fully. So I think that's one good trait of me, is that I don't get sidetracked, and I think that comes with my age and maturity. That I can solely focus myself, my mind and my thoughts to my opponent, and I don't look ahead and think, oh, I beat him and this is going to happen and that's going to happen. My focus is solely on Oezdemir.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
And I think right with the maturity that you obviously bring with your age, but also your, how dedicated you are to the sport and how hungry you are, is your health. I think the fact, and I think you did this in an interview a few days ago, the fact that you're not coming into this after being, a 10-year-old having your joints and messed up from wrestling all these years. You're coming in as a grown man, knowing exactly what he wants to do, how to do it, where to go at. How important has that been? You're coming in with that type of a healthy slate.
You know what? I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like you said, like I say, I haven't done a lot of miles on the clock. And I started when I was 28. I haven't had that many wars, and I feel great. I feel great. I don't feel like I'm aging or anything like that. I feel fresh. I feel strong. I feel super sharp.
What do you like to do when you aren't kicking ass? I mean, I think that's one of the things people love, how, you're so focused on things. But do you get a chance to ever, hang out, go to the movies? What do you like to do on your free time?
Oh, God. I like to party.
Nice.
I like to party. I like. I don't know. Do you know what? I'm either partying or I'm at home, and I don't even really party that much because I'm always training and stuff. Because when I go out drinking and stuff, it affects my training and that. So I don't like that thing. But when I'm off season, I party or I'm at home with the kids. You know, I've got 3 beautiful kids at home, and they take up most of my time.
That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool little tidbit right there. And like, how important is that then to leave that type of legacy to your kids, showing that, hey, you could do whatever you want, no matter the age, no matter the time, no matter going from car dealer to UFC badass, there's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I've got such amazing kids as well. She's like number 1 in athletics in her school. The other one wants to do singing or acting, and she's a proper diva. My oldest one, she's getting into property, real estate stuff now. So I've got 3 really, really focused and dedicated kids, and I'm blessed that I've been able to guide them to having goals and having high standards and that. And you know, I just look at them and I'm really proud and I feel blessed.
Oh man, I love that. And if you didn't have a million more fans, you just did after that, brother. That was awesome. So tell me, Jimmy, I mean, I'm gonna get you out of here. I mean, I know you got a busy day ahead of you, so just a few quick ones. What's the X factor, brother? Why are you gonna walk in on Saturday? I mean, everybody who's a MMA fan knows exactly what's going in there. But for the person first checking in for this big pay-per-view, why are you gonna walk in there and you're gonna kick ass and show why you're the number 1 contender for the light heavyweight championship?
I'm gonna steal the show. There's so many great fights on the card, but I believe I'm gonna steal the show. And mate, just look at my records. Look at my records and look at my fights, look at my highlights and stuff, and that's what you got to come. That's it. I'm the poster boy, and that's it, man. That's it. My fighting. I'm not the greatest talker, but my fighting speaks for itself.
Nah, man, you don't give yourself enough credit. You're a badass and a good mic, man. Where can your fans sponsor you? Where can they support you, man? Are you on Instagram, Twitter? I know you're on Twitter. You're at PosterboyJM. Is there anywhere else they can support your website?
Yeah, they need to follow me on Instagram at PB1_. PB1_. Posterboy1_.
Good luck this Saturday, brother. You've earned it, man.
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for having me.
A huge thank you to Jimi Manuwa for joining us today. You could catch him this Saturday, July 29th, 2017, live on pay-per-view. It's UFC 214. It starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Tickets are still on sale at Ticketmaster.com. Thank you to the people in New York. Thank you to the UFC. And thank you to Jimmy. What a fun interview. A very fun guy. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the fight. It's going to be a hell of a matchup in the light heavyweight division. But that'll do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. You can follow us everywhere in the universe. I'm on Twitter at mmercado2333. If you like to see behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram at MikeMercado2333. We're on YouTube. If you want to see all our past shows and all our past episodes of different shows, subscribe to us, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Please do us a huge favor. Subscribe to us, review us, rate us, and share us on iTunes and Google Play. Every single one of those matters. It helps us grow the show. And thanks to all the support, the show keeps on growing. And we're indebted to each and every one of you guys. So thank you so much for that. If you would like to sponsor the show, or you would like to get every single one of our interviews ad-free or before anybody else, visit us on patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see if we have a tier just for you. And of course, you can visit the website mercadoairwaves.wordpress.com. That'll do it for us, guys. We will see you in our very next interview. Until then, enjoy the fight, take care of each other, and we will see you next time.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another David, the operator, to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.